two-bit tales. KRUZ Radio and Company on two-bit tales.
Hey everybody, welcome to KRUZ Radio in the After Midnight Ramble. I'm Danny SACHS. I found another poetry piece written sometime in the 80s by Johnny Kidd called Vineyard Blvd. And it goes like this. Here's a hot rod story from an island in the Pacific. It took place on a busy street when there was no traffic. The road was Vineyard Blvd, and I was cruising in my car. She was a 67 Camaro, midnight blue and straight as an arrow. With a Muncie 4 on the floor and a 327, I swear when you nail it, you'd think you were flying to heaven. Now I was driving east and stopped at a light. H1 was ahead of me and Queens on my right. When a black Ford pulled up alongside, all I could see was the whites of his eyes. Then, with a bright grin on that gentleman's face, he revved a couple times. I knew what he had in mind. He wanted a race. Well, without saying a word, I took it out a third, pressed the accelerator a few times, just to let him know I wasn't gonna decline. Then I put my foot down on the clutch and shoved it back into first. I always liked that competition plus from Hearst. Well, when the light turned green, we took off with a bang, my Camaro and his Mustang. I got a giant leap off the line. Running 514s, I could spin those Mickeys every time. Now we burned rubber light to light when a cop going the other way caught our sight. He turned around with his lights flashing. Maybe he thought he could catch us both racing, but he was surely mistaken. By then I was really moving, gripping the stick, but that cop was coming up quick. As the on-ramp came into view, he must have had something special, 'cause he flew, gaining on me. Well, I went straight and didn't hesitate. The Mustang veered right until he was out of sight. As I got on the freeway, I gave it all I had. My machine was running lean, but it was enough to get away clean. Towards town is where I was bound. When I cruised in, I stopped at a drive-in. Got some coffee, cooled off my jalopy. Then that Mustang drove by, laid some rubber, maybe just to say hi. Gave a couple toots from his horn, and that's all there was on Vineyard Blvd when I was cruising in my car. I'll never know who I raced in that black 68 and how that cop found me back on the interstate when I was cruising. I'll never know who I raced in that black 68 and how that cop found me back on North Vineyard Blvd when I was cruising in my car. Dedicated to Vineyard Zippies and the cute waitress who gave me that coffee. Aloha.
This has been a 2-Bit Tales production.